So we have Boruto episode 179, and I really like this episode because we have finally gotten to the inner members of Kara. What the anime is doing better than the manga is that they're actually fleshing out and giving these characters detail. They feel much more lively compared to their counterparts in the manga. So in this episode, we finally got to learn about Victor's scheme and what he's gonna do with the vessel, and this is where we get to see other members like Delta, Amato, Jigen, and of course Victor as well. What I do want to talk about is Delta's thick ass. Her thick ass thighs, like everyone's going crazy about her. She looked great, and her voice actor is really good as well. Same thing with Amato. His design was pretty good, and I liked his voice actor as well. I said in my previous video concerning about the Jump Festa news with the voice actors, they brought in an all-star team when it comes to these voice actors, but I really enjoyed their voice actors from Delta and Amato. I think they did a perfect job, especially displaying their character with Delta. You can see how bitchy Delta is. Even though she's bitchy, she's cute as fuck, I'm not gonna lie. For me at least, I think there's better looking females in Boruto, but you know, I see why people are going crazy over her. It's hilarious, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of Boruto simps are out there for her, but I see why y'all are simps for her. It's kind of funny, but I really enjoyed this episode because we finally got to learn about Victor's scheme with the vessel. So obviously Victor, he is down bad right now. Obviously he took a fat L from Orochimaru. He lost his company. He can't really do anything now. He failed with the God Tree as well, and Jigen just laughed at him, called him a fool, and now he is really suffering. He actually had a seizure this episode because he is dying. He states in this episode that when he uses his regeneration jutsu, his life force goes down. He gets much more weaker. It's kind of like 100 healings. When you use 100 healings, your life force goes down significantly, and this is what's happening to Victor. His life force is getting a lot smaller every time he uses this regeneration jutsu, and also when he entered the Kara hideout, you can tell that he's getting significantly weaker, and he tells Amato that, yo, you gotta fix me up, and Amato says, I'm not sure if I can fix you up, man. You can tell that Victor is being a liability. Not only is he messing up in the organization by making a name for himself, he's being a liability. He's weak right now. He can't fight. Like, he's probably, I don't know, 60, 70 years old. He's a pretty old man. It shows you that he is a liability to the Kara organization, and that is another reason why he should be killed off. But anyways, Jigen actually gives Victor the responsibility of transporting the vessel. Victor actually made a airship to help transfer KAWAKI out to wherever they need him to go. And in this episode, we see how Jigen is prepared to move on to stage 3 of the vessel, which is KAWAKI, of course. And we hear the likes of Amato and even Victor, they're concerned. They're like, you shouldn't do this. It's a very big risk, especially with KAWAKI in there. And obviously Jigen, he doesn't really care. He's just ready to start the process of getting to stage 3, which is obviously processing the karma faster onto KAWAKI's body. That's why he sends an airship out with a bunch of puppets to guard it. So whenever KAWAKI wakes up, he destroys these puppets, making his karma seal process much faster than before. Obviously, we see in the manga how KAWAKI, he was training with Jigen, and Jigen, he was beating the hell out of KAWAKI, trying to make the karma seal process a lot faster onto his body. And this is what's gonna happen. Jigen's gonna send KAWAKI outside, and whenever the airship crashes, he's gonna fight these puppets so his karma seal can process a lot faster than before. So I really like this because it shows you how excited Jigen is. I wouldn't say he's impatient, but he is ready to move on to the next stage, even though the likes of Amato and Delta, they're not ready. I really enjoyed this episode. I think this episode was great. I like how Jigen already knows that Victor is messing up. I really like how Jigen, while he was talking to Amato, when Victor walked into their conversation, you can tell Jigen was pissed. He wasn't feeling it, even though we see how calm Jigen is. Like, as a leader, he seems very calm. He doesn't seem like a aggressive person by nature. But when you see Victor walk in and walk out during their conversation, when Jigen gave him the responsibility of transporting the vessel, you can tell by looking at Jigen's face, he's not trusting Victor at all. He already knows Victor is sus. You can just tell by the look of his face, and he knows what's up. I really enjoyed this episode overall because we finally got the focus on the Kara organization. Not only that, we finally got to know the reason why Boruto and Naruto are going to spar in chapter 16, which is Naruto is going to give him a reward, and this is by giving him a sparring match. And I really like how they're filling in the details between the spar between Boruto and Naruto, and how the Kara organization operates in the shadows. We don't really see that in the manga. They mention it briefly, but we don't really see that at all from the anime standpoint. We really got to see how the Kara organization operates from the shadows. We already saw places like the Hidden Rain Village, the land hidden in the valleys. We already seen places where Kara is operating, and these are only the weakest inner members. We don't really see this in the manga, and that's why I appreciate as the anime, and that's why I enjoy the anime a lot more than the manga at times, because the anime really fleshes out these characters. They give them valuable screen time, especially with Victor. I don't like Victor at all. I think he's a scumbag. I think he's a dick, but he has been somewhat of an enjoyable character in terms of writing in the storyline, because in the manga he's irrelevant as hell. He only appears for 3 pages for 1 chapter in chapter 16. Also with Deepa, it looks like Deepa's not coming back, which I find sad because I really enjoyed Deepa's character. I felt like he was a fan favorite among the Boruto community. When it comes to his character, obviously I think he's the weakest among the inner members of with Kara, but it's kind of sad that he has to go and he's not gonna come back. It seems like he is dead right now because Delta and Victor did mention that his body is in pieces, his body is destroyed. But I would love to see Deepa again. If we get like an anime only arc with Kawaki, once Kawaki is introduced, like we get Team 7 and Kawaki versus an upgraded version of Deepa made by Amato, I would love to see Deepa again. It's kind of sad that he had to go because he was such an enjoyable character. Overall, this episode was pretty enjoyable. We finally got to know the reasons why the Kara organization operated the way they did. We also saw the ship crashing, the airship that was sent out with the vessel. Obviously in the manga we know that it was Kashin Koji who destroyed the airship to stop the transportation of the vessel. This is how the events come along. I like how they're filling in the dots slowly, getting in the details that aren't really shown in the manga at all, and I'm glad that they're doing this because it's making the story make a lot more sense than it is in the manga. Because in the manga it's kind of weird how some things line up. Obviously with Al, how he survived the 10 Tails Jubi Blast, they didn't explain it in the manga and they did attempt to explain it in the anime, and I'm glad that they covered that plot hole, and now they're filling in much more needed details that weren't mentioned back in the manga. So I really like this from the anime and I really enjoyed this because this episode wasn't from the manga, but it was a very good episode. So if I could rate it out of 10, I would give it like an 8.59 out of 10. There wasn't really much action, but the details that they filled in that were not shown in the manga really made me appreciate this episode a lot. So I really like how they're finally moving much quicker in terms of pace with the Boruto anime. It's about time we get into the actual events of the Vessel arc or the Al arc, wherever you want to call it. But I am ready to begin this, and obviously next episode we're gonna see a backstory on Mujino and how he is as a character. But the real Vessel arc, the likes of chapter 16 being adapted into the anime, is going to begin on January 10th. January 3rd there's gonna be a break for Boruto and also Attack on Titan, so there's not gonna be a Boruto episode on January 3rd. That's like New Year's for Japan or something like that. But I am ready to begin the Vessel arc, aka the Al arc, into the Boruto anime with you guys, and I can't wait to review it. So let me know what you think of this episode. Let me know in the comment section below. I know the Boruto chapter came out today, but that review video that I'm going to make, it'll come out in the next couple of days. I'm kind of busy right now with school, but the Boruto chapter came out today. I'll make a video on that in the next couple of days. Also with the Attack on Titan video, I'm gonna make that on Tuesday. And once Christmas break starts, we are grinding. I'm gonna put out almost a video a day. I'm gonna be daily uploading, man, because it is grind time. I want to push my channel and make my channel bigger than ever. My channel is growing pretty well right now, and I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys, so I just want to say thank you. So let me know what you think about this episode and what do you think about the Boruto chapter today. Let me know in the comment section below. So if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell as well, and have a good day. Peace.